Hi, this is Carolina Millan, and in today's video I am going to talk to you about 3 neuromarketing tips to sell more, so stick around. Hey, welcome back. So recently I got the pleasure of meeting a really wonderful neuromarketing expert. I have his book here. And he happens to be Latin American, although he has North American citizenship. His name is Jurgen Klaric. Jurgen Klaric. He was raised in South America, but he now lives in the United States, and he is probably the most renowned neuromarketing expert in the world, and he's a very humble guy. I got the opportunity to meet him in Miami at his office. I got the opportunity to attend one of his live presentations there, and I also even interviewed the guy. And I need to put English subtitles to that interview, but you'll soon find it on my YouTube channel. And so I read his book, which is wonderful. It's a wonderful book. And what this means is sell to the mind, not to the people. Sell to the mind, not to the people. Why? Because people have no idea what they want. They have no idea what they want. Top secret. I think you already knew that. So in today's video, what I want to do is share with you some insights I got from that wonderful book, although I would recommend you read it. There's just so much mind-blowing information for all of us in marketing and sales that I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I can only share so many tips with you. So I wanted to make this video easy for you to consume and to get some really valuable info. Oops, I dropped my pen here. Got it. So I took lots of notes of that book, but I want to share with you 3 tips that I think are going to help you get started with neuromarketing. So you ready? Yes, you're ready. So tip number 1, okay? I kind of gave you one already, which is the book title, okay? But we're gonna go deeper into that. So tip number 1, when you are selling, when you're crafting your offer, when you're working on your sales letter, this is something really cool to take into consideration. Give people 3 alternatives. People, the mind, needs 3 options to make a decision. So if you give your client 3 options, 3 scenarios, 3 alternatives to buy from you, they will most likely buy from you. And not only give them those 3 alternatives, tell them which one to choose, okay? Tell them what to choose. And this is so brilliant, and now that you know this, every time you are on somebody's sales letter or buying a product, you'll probably notice they'll always, most of the time, if they know what they're doing, they're gonna give you 3 options. They're going to give you the basic, the pro, the gold, the annual, monthly, one-time offer, or lifetime access. They'll always give you 3 alternatives, and they'll tell you which one is the best. Pay attention, I'm sure you will find lots of examples. But you probably didn't know it's because the brain, the mind, needs those 3 alternatives. If you're trying to sell a product or service and you don't give people 3 different scenarios to get that product or service, they are going to go and find them somewhere else. So you want to give them those 3 and you want to tell them which one is the best. Okay, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, there are 3 steps for you to take for you to get that sale. There are actually quite a lot of steps in the book, but these are 3 steps that are definitely going to help you quite a lot. So number 1, you need to draw attention. And you've probably heard this before, okay? Because it's quite a basic understanding for us marketers. It's part of our understanding that we need to learn how to get people's attention, because today attention is a commodity that we all need to trade, and whoever gets the most attention often wins. So yes, draw attention. How do you draw attention? Do something out of the ordinary. Break patterns. Tell stories. Lead with value. Value. Every day, consistently, high volume of value, quality, value. So you can do that with your content. Now, step 2, after you got your prospects' attention because they saw your ad, they watched your video, they loved it, this is the next thing you need to do for you to get closer to the sale. And number two is creating a positive, emotional association with you and your product. Has to be positive, and you can even get that positive association even by telling a negative story. I'll give you an example that's actually in the book, and I thought it was brilliant, for car salesmen. So let's say you're selling cars and somebody comes up to you, a customer or potential customer, and they say, well, I hear Toyotas are also very good. Let's say you're selling, I don't know, a Honda or something, and your potential customer says that they heard Toyotas are actually very good. And then what do? Instead of saying, no, Toyotas have electrical problems, that's not what you say. What you say is, oh, yes, they are actually very good. So number one, you agree with the potential customer. You make them feel smart. People don't want to feel stupid. And what a lot of salespeople are doing today is making people feel stupid. And that's a huge mistake. You need to make your customer feel smart, because they need to feel smart about buying your product or service, because they need to justify that to themselves, their family, their peers. Every time they purchase something, they need to justify it, so they need to feel smart about it, and you can make them feel smart about it for sure. So how do you create that? Continue with the Toyota story. You can say, well, yes, Toyotas are good cars. However, my brother-in-law, he recently bought a Toyota, and unfortunately he had an electrical problem with it, and that's why it's still at the garage. They're still trying to fix it after 2.5 weeks. So what do you do there? You agree with the customer? You create this emotional association because you tell a story about something that happened to someone close to you with that other brand, right? You gain their trust. Okay, so you need to create that positive emotional association with you and your product, because as you may know, people buy people. They don't just buy things, products, services. People buy people. So they need to buy you. And that's where also your body language is very important. Eye contact, shoulders up, centered, and create that empathy with your customer. There's something called the mirror neurons, and what that does is, in your brain, is when you're interacting with somebody, you tend to mimic their expressions, the way they talk, the way they move, right? So if you can do that with your potential customer, with your prospect, you win. You can win through trust, and you can create this positive association. So step number 3, okay? Tip number 3, actually. Step number 3. I'm just so excited about this because I just love this. Send a direct message to your prospect. So direct message, that means be direct. Here's why you need to buy this product or service, because this is what's going to do for you. This is the benefit. This is how it's going to change your life. You have to tell them that. You need to be direct. You cannot just expect the customer to just go ahead and take the decision on their own. You need to tell them directly why they need to buy that product or service, and what it's going to do for them, for their lives, how it's going to make their lives better, how it's going to make them look better in front of their wife and children, if it's a man. If it's a woman, also, it's super important that you have a different speech for women and a different speech for men, because let's face it, we do have different brains, and this is not a thing about feminism or whatever. It's a biological thing. Our brains, it is proven, they are different. Yes. And then there are cultural traits. Yes, there are other differences between us, but when you're selling to the mind, you need to pay attention to that. Pay attention to that for sure. Okay, so send a direct message and tell them really exactly why is it that they need to buy that product or service, because this is what it's going to do for their survival. The brain, my friend, our brain is designed to make us survive. It is not designed to make us happy. Making ourselves happy is our own job. Our brain just wants to make sure that we stay alive, that there's enough food, that there's enough oxygen. That's all the brain will do. Okay? So you need to worry about how your mind, your soul, your heart makes you happy. You need to think about that when you talk to your customers and make them feel safe. All right, so tip number 3, which I said at the very beginning of the video, you need to sell to the mind and not the people. And one of the things that creates the most loyalty from your customers, how you create that loyalty, is making sure that you can handle their pain, that you take their problems and you take care of them and you find the solution for them. So take away pain. Okay? If you can take away the pain, that's going to make you a superstar in the eyes of your potential customer, your new customer, your current customer, or future customer. So what I wrote here, this is what I wrote here, literally. Here's how you should be talking to your customer. When they have a problem, they have this pain, something you need to do for them, you never tell them you don't have the solution. You never say, no, I don't know, period. You tell them, I don't know, however, I will find out. And what you do when you say that, you're basically telling your customer that they are not alone, that you are with them on this journey. So you just tell your customer, I'll take care of it, I'll handle it, you don't have a problem anymore, because I'm here to help. When you do that, you create this amazing loyalty from your customers, leads, and hopefully current customers after you've done that. So my friend, really I could tell you a lot more about that book. Again, I'll remind you of the author. Neuromarketing is an amazing science. His name is Jurgen Klaric. Jurgen Klaric. I absolutely love that guy. He's amazing. He's successful, very knowledgeable. Everything in this book has scientific proof and studies behind it. This is not fugazi, this is not theory, and that's why this guy is so amazing, and that's why I follow him. And that's why I recommend you follow him. Now, I don't know if his book is in English, I don't know if it's been translated yet, but I'm sure you can find some of his content somewhere in English. And if you don't, I'll continue to make more videos for you, because that's what I do. I love sharing the knowledge and experience that I gain. By the way, I hope you're a Gryffindor as well, just as I am. I'm just a big Harry Potter fan. That's another thing, another random fact about myself. I love Harry Potter. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and leave me a comment below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube. Make sure you give me a thumbs up as well if you enjoyed the video. And please go ahead and share it with your clients, with your audience, and your social media platforms, with your team, anybody that could use better neuromarketing tips and skills for their sales skills. Sounds redundant, I know. But anybody who you think could benefit from this information, share it with them. You'll also find ways to get in touch with me if you would love to work with me. I would definitely love to work with you and help you with your sales, help you with your marketing, with your branding, and just show you how you can live that lifestyle that you want and deserve. This is Carolina Millan. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.